Hey, what's up guys? Sam with Salt of the Earth. Hope you guys are doing well. Want to take a minute and go through one of the bags I've been using. Been using this for about 3 weeks now. It's the Incase DSLR, I think, Pro bag. This is their second version. I've been going through camera bags, trying to figure out one that really works for me. And this one came across. I know Incase is a bigger company. I usually like to try to find kind of smaller mom and pop shops and kind of indie bags, that kind of thing. But I love the layout of this bag when I was looking at it, and thought that I could give you guys a little bit of insight. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of just different compartments on the bag. And then kind of give you guys the things I like about the bag and the things that I think Incase could improve on. So, all right, well, that being said, let's get going on this thing. All right, so the thing that I love about this bag is that, you know, it is a back-loaded or back entrance into the bag. So the main compartment, you have to take the bag off, set it down, and it unzips and completely opens up into, you guys can see here, this multiple different setups or layouts that you want to do. All of these different pieces are Velcroed in, so you can set this thing up and customize it however you guys want. And there's tons of storage. I don't know if you guys can see inside of there. So I have most of my gear in there, minus my my GH5, which usually sits in this area here. So. But love how you can customize it. Colors are kind of neutral, clean. On the inside here, there's a storage up top here. I keep you know, ND filters inside of here, and then on the side over here, I've got some chargers and some extra wires or cords that kind of sit on this side here. So love that about this bag. Got a huge kind of open area that you can play with. So. Plus, for security, all your main camera gear access points are kind of secured on your back when you're wearing this. So over here, this is also a big seller of this bag, is that main compartment. You can access the top of that portion with this top area here. So when you want to get your camera in and out really quickly, you can open this top, grab inside of there, grab your camera out. And then one of the sides doesn't have Velcro on it here, so kind of a quick you know, pocket you can grab from. That's secondary. I keep my microphone in this section here, but you could keep an extra lens that you switch out a lot, or I don't know. I already say lens or microphone there. On the other side, it's Velcroed in, but I have my Gorilla Pod on the other side there, so I could kind of yank that Velcro and pull the Gorilla Pod out to the top. I needed to get it quickly. So, but if you're on the go getting quick shots, I love this grabbing it from the top. Very easy and clean to do. Let's see what other compartments we got here. On the front portion here, there is a small compartment here, right here, that is, I think, made more for sunglasses. It's padded. So I would put my sunglasses in there. I would do it in a case just because I was worried about things kind of crushing on there, but it is padded and soft, so if there's anything you needed to put kind of short term, it's there. There's also another small kind of hidden zipper here where it's actually, my arm just keeps like going and going. It goes all the way to the bottom of the bag, It's not very wide, but you can easily slide, you know, stuff down there into that spot for more storage. So, and then lastly, there's this kind of larger compartment on the front here that you can have. It's got a laptop holder here up front, so I got my 15-inch in there. In front of it, it's got an iPad spot in front of it. I don't really use an iPad because I got my computer turns into a tablet if I wanted to. It flips over. So I keep a mouse in here and some external hard drive to slide down in there. And then up front in here, we've got another small bag where I got a battery charger. You can put pens and pencils in here, and then just another kind of mesh storage. But what's kind of neat about not only having your stuff here, but the front of this bag, you can see here, it's got this huge like bottom portion right here that I would wrap up my rain jacket and kind of slide it in there, and there's tons of space to keep it in there. And also what's nice is it keeps the computer from touching the bottom of the bag. It's got a gap of like 2 inches down there, so that when you're putting it down on the ground, it's not touching that. So that's a good design on that. And then also the bag has on the side here for the tripod, it's got, you know, these straps to you can slide the tripod in down these straps here and then crank it down. So good design on that. And then over here it's got a spot for water bottles, and then this kind of small weird zipper. I never threw anything in this little zipper, but if you wanted to throw like, I don't know, a credit card or something that's flat to fit in there, you could. But you can definitely fit the water bottle, or small water bottle on the side here, but it's pretty rigid on this side. And then besides that, on the bag is it does have a chest clip here to help pull some of the weight off the straps right here. So I like that. The bag sits here. Let me see if I can show you guys here. When you get that clip going, get it set up right. The bag sits really, if you can see, it's very comfortable. The arms kind of come in here. It sits nicely on your shoulders, and then when you clip this, kind of pulls it in together. It's got a nice cut across the back, so it's a very comfortable bag. If you're my frame, so I'm roughly 6 foot 200, roughly in weight. Depends if I had a big dinner or not. So it's a comfortable bag. It's a very nice looking bag. So positives that I really like about this bag, one is obviously the back loading of the bag is the selling point of this bag, and there's not a lot of camera bags that load this way. A lot of the ones that you see are silo, like the Peak Design one is siloed here, and you're kind of reaching in and out and trying to reach to get to the middle. Whereas this, you open it up and you can see all of your stuff. So love that on this bag. That was a selling point for me. On top of this opening on top, I love that kind of quick access on the top portion. Really easy to get in and out of your bag. So I like that. Also like on the bag, the front storage bag here. I liked being able to put extra clothes or stuff in the front here. There's a lot of compartments of storage here for your computer and whatever miscellaneous stuff you have that's not camera gear can go, on this front portion here. And then lastly, the comfort on the carry. It was very comfortable. This cut here on the shoulder straps kind of fits nicely with my body frame. So really like that. And then the last thing I like about the bag is just it's very non-discreet. So if you're going into on a trip and you don't want people to be pickpocketing or knowing what you have in a bag and just think it's a regular backpack, I like this. It's very subtle. You don't look like you're carrying a bunch of expensive gear, and people wouldn't know kind of what you have in there. It just looks like a regular day pack. So all things I like about the bag. Couple things I don't like about the bag, or I think Incase should look at their next version. I think this is their second version. If they do another version of this bag, which I think they should, because I think there's some minor flaws that would make a big difference on this bag. changing. So first thing is on the top of this bag, you see the handle here? This handle is on the portion of the bag that opens up to get your camera in and out. So the problem I was finding is, you know, if you're lifting your bag up and down like this with the handle, by the end of the day, if you don't open this cartridge, sometimes you find the zipper kind of opened here, and if you pull on it, it starts to kind of open the whole thing, which is, you know, obviously you don't want your camera sticking out. So I would say on their next version, I would suggest that they take this handle and they put it onto the shoulder portion of the bag right here, where it had that seam there, and that would help take the weight off of that top portion. I think that would be a huge upgrade for this project, or for this bag, excuse me. So I would love to see that. The other thing, I know their first bag, I don't think even had a water bottle, and the second bag they try to get this water bottle in here. I carry a Yeti water bottle kind of everywhere I go, and you know, it fits in here. I kind of squeeze it in there. But the materials is like, it matches the rest of the bag. It's this I don't know, it's a nylon material, but it's really rigid, and it leaves these kind of air gaps around the bag here, and the bottom of the bag, since it's so tight on the bottom here, the bottle doesn't go all the way down. So I find like a couple times, like we tapped like the bottom of the bag, and like the bottle like shot out because it wasn't held in. And then if you like leave your bag sitting on the ground, and I go to pick it up, a lot of times the bottle just like slid out. So I would suggest doing like a neoprene, or like I got it was a Tortuga bag that I use for my backpacking, and this thing's like got a flexible mesh on it, and that'd be a big addition to this bag that I think would be helpful. The other item would be is, you know, on this bag, your computer's on the front of the bag, which is okay, but I would suggest maybe beefing up the zippers and you get those zippers that have the little like round locks so that they come together, and you could throw a padlock on this, because if I was wearing this backpack, you could easily open this up and slide that laptop out while I was wearing the bag. So the security of getting some bigger, heavier duty zippers on this and being able to lock them together would be pretty big. You know, I could lock these little pull tabs and together, but you can easily kind of cut that pull tag if I had a lock on. I mean, it could work, but it would be better if it had the metal there. So not a big issue. A couple reviews I was reading about people are having an issue. I didn't have this issue, but the length of the arms, the strap here on the shoulders, for heavier set people wasn't long enough. Again, I'm around 200 pounds, and I didn't have an issue with this. I had a little bit extra to give, but if you're a heavier set person, something to consider with this bag is that you may have an issue, you know, getting these shoulders to fit comfortably, just because they're a little bit shorter. So maybe Incase can make these a little longer on that next version that they do. And then the last thing for me, and which is you know, to me, kind of the biggest concern I had with this bag is right here on the shoulder. Like I said, I've had this bag for 3 weeks roughly, and you know, I wore this bag on and off every couple of days, but right here, I don't know if you guys can see. Let me try to get this to focus in on a little better here. See right there, I've got the seam is ripped out of the bag. So that was a big concern to me, because you know, I've only had the bag for a few weeks, and one of the main seams on the shoulder portion here is already ripping. So you know, I'm not showing any other rips anywhere else in the bag, and it could just simply be you know, the one bag I got, it had a bad seam on it. But it was a little bit of a red flag for me. So something to be cautious of when getting the bag is just making sure that you don't have any rips in the seams, or watching for the seams. You know, I don't know Incase's warranty or their you know, their policies, but that was something that was kind of a big red flag for me, is that because I didn't want to, even if I switch it out and potentially have another bag that has that same problem. So be careful on it. Maybe if you, I pack my bag up pretty heavy, so that could be part of the problem. But something to consider is that seam there was, you know, a little bit of a negative for me. So, so I'm going to be looking, you know, this bag. I haven't found anything that is kind of this discreet and has the pack, you know, all of the storage that I like on it. There's a ton of benefits to this bag. It's by far my favorite bag that I've had so far. I've had some other bags that I really didn't like how it was, you know, all the compartments were on the bag. So this worked out great. I am going to try to see if there's any other bags that are a little bit of a higher build quality, just because I've had a couple of those little seam issues. I'm worried that if I run this bag as hard as I do, I'll have some more long-term issues. So, but that being said, it's a great bag. I think Incase, if they do a version 3, a couple small minor things I would adjust on it. But for anyone that, you know, is a casual photographer, this would be a great bag for them. And they want something that's really indiscreet. This is the one I look for. You know, I don't remember what this is going for, but I think it's somewhere around, I think on Amazon they're going for around 120. I'll check and I'll click it below so you guys see how much it's going for. If you guys have any questions about the bag, any comments, please write below. Love to hear from you guys, and love to talk to you. If you guys don't follow us, we're a new channel here on YouTube. Please subscribe to us. We'd love to have the following. We're going to do some cool reviews on bags. We do a lot of traveling, so we do a lot of photography there and videos. And you know, I like to dabble in cooking, so every once in a while I'll throw a cooking video on there. And so it's just things we like. But we'd love for you guys to follow us, and we really appreciate it. And again, any questions you guys have on this bag, please comment below. Get back to you right away. So again, Sam with Salt of the Earth. See you guys next time.